Let's talk about sensors, the hidden gems in the modern world. The new podcast series from Dr. Block, brought to you by All About Sensors. Season 1, Episode 6. Dr. Block explains how sensors help you in daily life in megacities. Brought to you by All About Sensors.
Really cool story from Bosch. We're looking at how one of their sensor teams developed this groundbreaking new capacitive pressure sensor.
Yeah.
And they did it while already being the market leader. Talk about pressure.
Yeah, and this story, it really gives you a powerful look at, well, strategic foresight. It's kind of a masterclass in how established players don't just, react, they actively drive what's next. You'll see how proactive innovation works in a really high-stakes field.
Absolutely. And Bosch, they were already dominant in pressure sensors, right? The kind you find in like your smartphone, your fitness tracker, all that stuff. So why the huge push for something new? I heard their motto is something like, only the paranoid survive.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work when you're already number one? Seems counterintuitive almost.
Well, that quote, it really hits the nail on the head here. This paranoia, it wasn't about immediate fear. It was strategic, proactive, even leading. They knew they had to bet big on the next thing years before the market was screaming for it. They were basically helping create that future demand, innovating from strength, not weakness. That's a key differentiator for real leaders.
Okay, so what was this next big thing they were building? Capacitive pressure sensors? How do those work differently? I gather it's not like the older ones.
Right. The older tech, piezoresistive, relies on material stress-changing resistance. These new capacitive ones, they measure tiny changes in electrical charge. Think of a tiny, flexible membrane moving with air pressure, changing the capacitance. It allows for, well, much finer detection. Super precise.
Which is what they needed. And this wasn't some small side project, was it? Like 100 people?
Over 100 people, yeah. And get this. The timeline was incredibly tight. The project lead, Christoph Bruser, and product manager, Thomas Block, they pushed this complex sensor to market in just 3 years. Imagine that Squeezes develop totally new tech and defend your current market share at the same time.
Wow. That's intense. So the results. Did this massive effort pay off?
Oh, absolutely. The numbers are really something. First off, an 80% cut in power consumption.
80%? That's huge for phones and wearables, anything on a battery.
Exactly. Then the precision, just astounding. They could measure height changes down to, 2 centimeters.
2 centimeters? That's tiny. How?
Well, that ties into another big win, an 80% reduction in noise, that unwanted electrical interference. Cleaning that up is crucial for picking up those super faint signals.
Okay, lower power, amazing precision. What else?
Cost savings, a big one. They looked at the entire supply chain, top to bottom, and managed to shave off 40% in costs.
40% cost reduction on top of everything else. That's incredible engineering and strategy.
It really is.
Yeah.
And if you connect these dots, right, these aren't just little improvements. These numbers, they basically reset the industry standard. Power, precision, cost boom, new benchmarks. Competitors are now playing catch up. And that kind of impact, that's why the team, represented by Bruser and Block, earned the Robert Bosch Innovation Award. It was truly prestigious.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you listening? This deep dive, it shows that real market leadership isn't just about today's success, is it? It's having the guts, the strategic vision to disrupt yourself even when you're on top.
Exactly, which leaves you with a really important question, I think. In this world where tech changes so fast, what can you learn from this Bosch team? How do you build that kind of, paranoid foresight, that drive to push boundaries, even at the peak, to make sure you succeed long-term? Something to think about in your own work, perhaps.
We're exploring those tiny, often unseen heroes living right inside your smartphone.
That's right.
Today, it's all about how these microscopic sensors are, really changing the game for safety, navigation, and even your health in ways you might not expect. Our sources today offer some pretty fascinating insights into their impact.
And our mission really is to pull out the key nuggets. How do these tiny little components pack such a massive punch?
Yeah.
From literally saving lives, like you said, to making just, daily life easier and healthier, especially in tricky environments. We're going to unpack that.
Okay, let's dive in then. There's a really compelling origin story here, starting with Marcelino Gemelli over in Sunnyvale.
Right.
He was a rescuer back in Milan, and he saw firsthand how incredibly difficult it was to find people quickly in, say, high-rise emergencies.
Yeah, a huge challenge. Every second counts there.
Exactly. So what was the core problem, and how do these sensors even begin to help?
Well, what's fascinating is how barometric pressure sensors tackle this. Think of something like Bosch's BMP5A1.
Okay.
It's tiny, like 2 millimeters by 2 millimeters. Tiny.
Wow.
But it's incredibly precise. It can detect height changes down to about 150 centimeters.
Oh.
Because air pressure changes predictably with altitude. As you go up, it drops.
Okay. Makes sense.
And the impact is just staggering. The FCC, the Federal Communications Commission in the U.S., they actually estimate these sensors help save over 10,000 lives every year.
10,000 just from better vertical location data in emergencies.
Exactly. Pinpointing which floor someone is on, it's critical.
That really is a powerful life-saving application. But, okay, moving beyond those, critical emergencies, what about the more everyday ways they affect us? Maybe less obviously. I mean, I totally get Thomas Bloch's problem in that huge Yokohama department store.
Oh, yeah.
PPS is useless indoors, right?
Yeah.
Trying to find your way, it's maddening.
You're absolutely right. And that's where these sensors shine in daily life, too. When GPS can't reach, like, inside that store, these sensors become your indoor guide. Because the air pressure changes subtly, floor by floor. Your phone basically knows which level you're on.
So it's using air pressure for indoor maps.
Clever.
Very clever.
Right.
And it doesn't stop there. Think about driving in cities.
Okay.
You know how roads sometimes overlap, bridges, underpasses? These sensors help your car navigation figure out which level you're actually on.
Right. Okay. That makes sense, too. But you mentioned weather earlier. This isn't just about a slightly better forecast on my phone, is it?
Oh, it's potentially much more than that. Imagine millions of phones all sensing tiny changes in air pressure. Sinking pressure usually means bad weather is coming, right?
Right.
So collectively, this data could create these incredibly detailed, real-time, hyper-local weather maps, far beyond traditional forecasts.
Wow, like crowdsourcing atmospheric pressure. Exactly. It could inform flight paths, farming decisions, or just tell you, personally, maybe grab an umbrella before you head out.
That's remarkable how one little sensor scales up like that.
Right.
Okay, building on this idea of personal well-being, let's talk about air quality.
Yeah, another big one.
That invisible threat we breathe every day. Peter Ostertag's work on optical sensors comes in here, measuring gases and fine dust. How do those work generally?
Well, Peter Ostertag's work is really vital. These optical sensors, they basically measure how light interacts with particles in the air.
Scattering or absorption.
Exactly, detecting those harmful gases and that microscopic dust. And if you connect this to the bigger picture, the health side is, well, it's stark. The WHO estimates over 7 million deaths globally each year.
7 million.
From air pollution. It's a massive killer. And these sensors are already in air quality monitors, smart ventilation systems, air purifiers, helping fight that.
That figure is just staggering. So, beyond the devices, what's the bigger vision? Is it just about personal warnings or more?
Well, personal warnings are definitely part of it. Imagine, like you said, your phone warning you about a sticky subway station.
Yeah, maybe telling you to wear a mask or take a different route. Peter Ostertag said, sensors enable people a healthier big city life.
Precisely. But it raises that important point. The goal isn't just measuring. It's about strengthening awareness, right? Giving you tangible local data so you can actually adapt, protect your health.
Okay.
But yes, absolutely, that collected data, anonymized of course, could also dynamically map city pollution hotspots. That helps individuals and city planners make smarter decisions, reshape urban health potentially.
So it feeds back into policy too?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
And it's a huge market. Bosch alone has shipped over 1 billion of these sensor products. The whole global market is projected to hit something like $20 billion by 2026.
Incredible growth. So wrapping this up, what does it all mean for you listening right now? It means these tiny, mostly invisible bits of tech are incredibly versatile. They're saving lives, guiding your steps, improving your well-being, making complex places easier, healthier.
It's a quiet revolution happening right in your pocket or your car or your home.
Yeah.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Just consider how many other invisible technologies might be constantly working around you. Quietly gathering data, offering insights, potential insights that could really shape your future health, your safety, your daily choices, maybe without you even noticing.
Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it or learned new things. Please also visit me on X, Instagram, or read my blog articles on WordPress. Bye.